Good evening, everyone. This is Coach Rebecca with RG Coaching Consulting, and you are here live, ready for the Leadership 101 four-part series of training. Y'all, I'm going to be looking back and forth at a couple of things, so it's not I'm ignoring anything. I'm just trying to multitask. So I'm going to give people a few minutes to get in, and then we will get started. Good evening. Y'all, please drop your names in the chat. For some reason, I can't see your name. If you're not using StreamYard to look at it, I can't see your name. So just put your name in the chat when you say your greeting and let me know what city you're from so we can see who we have representing in the room. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. Also, if you don't mind, please share this to your personal social media pages. I'm going to put some hashtags in the comments in a minute. All right, Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. Hello, Miss Shifa, my sister. And since she is on the line, I am representing Incredible Favors on tonight. Y'all get with her for your jury fix. Incredible Favors. She is on Facebook, or you can look her up personally, Shifa Hooks. Hello, Angela. Now, y'all, everybody needs an Angela in their life. She is like support USA. Hello, Keisha, my twin. Okay, we're going to wait about 2 more minutes, guys, and then we're going to get started. Y'all know I do not tarry long. Again, if you would, please share this with your social media followers. You can share it on all of your social media sites, and you can drop the following hashtags. Hello, Ebony from Marion. You don't have to use all of them, y'all. Giving you a choice. I would appreciate it. Hello, listen. When your mentor pops up on the screen, it just takes you to another level. Hello, Shanquetta. That is one of my mentors and my soror. So hello. We got about 1 more minute, guys, and then we are going to get started. I have received several questions and several topics that different people want to hear discussed in this series. I'm going to try to address all of them. I do have, hello, Chastity. I do have a skeleton of how I'm going to do this, but I will definitely try to address those concerns, those questions, and those topics that I received from those who registered. So if you don't hear it this week, you will definitely hear it before this 4-part series ends. So just keep tuning in on Thursdays at 8 p.m. And then if I don't hit it, if my mind leaves and I forget to hit your topic, don't hesitate to drop it in the chat. Hello, Tamika. How are you, boo? Y'all got me grinning big. All right, girls. Because that's all I'm seeing right now. Hopefully some gentlemen will join in shortly. But we are going to get started. And so let me just give you the premise of what this series is going to entail. This is a foundational leadership development for those who, sometimes you need a refresher in leadership, those who don't know what leadership really is, those who are looking to change into a leadership role, those who are trying to discover if the leadership role is for them. So this is definitely going to give you those ins and outs, those foundational things that you need to leverage and to promote yourself and to move into the next level of leadership. And I'm trying not to get ahead of myself because this is what excites me. So without further ado, we are going to move forward. Okay. So what we're going to do first, I'm just going to give you a little agenda. Um, First, we're going to address the different principles that I believe are in foundational leadership. And then we're going to move to one of the first topics that I received from registration. And that first topic is leaders versus managers. And so I'm going to explain the difference between those two. And then we'll go further. If you have questions at any time, please drop them in the chat and I will do my very best to address them. Again, if I don't address them today, I will address them. The chat I will still be able to see, so I'll be able to address them at a later date. But do not hesitate to drop your questions or comments in the chat. All right. I'm going to do my best, Chastity. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here so we can get your pen, your paper, your phone, if you're taking notes on your phone, whatever it is that you take notes for, because you will need to take notes tonight. And let me drop this disclaimer. I believe in interactive good evening. I believe in interacting with everyone. So again, I'm going to give you some tasks and I'm going to expect you to drop your answers or your responses in the chat so that we can make this a fun and engaging training. All right. So let's look at the qualities of leadership. All right. So I'm going to increase that just a little bit so everybody can see. Okay. So what are the qualities of a leader? A leader should be the following. And of course, this is not an exclusive list. This is not a conclusive list. This is not an exhaustive list. It's not any of that. But these are what I believe that a good leader should possess. A leader should be bold. A leader should be confident. A leader should be kind, courageous, positive, resilient, influential, sincere, adaptive, understanding, and visionary. And I'm going to give you a minute so you can jot those down. Hello, Little Rock. Hello, College Station. For those who were not on at the beginning, if you would, please drop your name in the chat. If you're not using StreamYard to view this, it will not let me see your name. So drop your name along with your city in the chat for me so I can say a proper hello and not just a hello Facebook user, because that's how it's showing up for me. So I want to be personable on tonight. All right. So out of this list that you are viewing right now, what I want you to do, I want you to choose which of these three are your top qualities. Oh, that's my girl. Behave, Barbara Owens. Listen, y'all, we have another author who is taking the world by storm. Is Barbara Owens. If you have not purchased her book, Uncover to Recover, please go do so. Barbara, drop your website in the chat for us so they can check that out. But what I want you to do, drop your top three qualities that you think you possess in the chat. Hello, Trina. Hello, Miss Carolyn. Yeah, I have a friend that I have had over 30 years. Oh my God, Miss Katrina Cotton Higgins of Katrina's Consulting. Y'all get with her if you're looking to expand your business and you're looking to put business systems in place. She is the absolute truth. So please reach out to her. Trina, if you have a website, drop it in the chat for us. It's all about pushing everybody on tonight. Okay, I see you, Miss Shanquetta. She said courageous, confident, and visionary, and I can definitely attest to that. She is all three and then some. All right, don't be scared, y'all. Kind, positive, and sincere. Please put your name. Who just put that comment? Because I can't see your name. Okay, Ebony, sincere, adaptive, and understanding. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And see, that's the I see you, Chastity. I think that is something that we all struggle with, trying to be all of it at one time, and we don't take the time to realize what our top qualities are. Confident, positive, and visionary. Hey, Catherine. Another sister who is always supportive. She just ended her own live and jumped on. I am honored that you are here. All right. She said confident, resilient, and visionary. Keisha, courageous, resilient, and adaptive. And I can attest to you guys being all of these things and then some. So why do we need to know our top qualities? Why do we need to know what it is that we're good at? Well, leaders always know their strengths, and that's what they use to build, and that's what they use to encourage others, and that's what they use to push others, and that's what they use to motivate and to make sure that the team has everything that they need to build on. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is to drop the 3 that you don't think you operate in a lot. What 3 are you kind of slacking in or lagging in? Drop those 3 in the chat. And if y'all see me drinking water, I'm not being rude. My voice is trying to go out. Drop the 3 that you do not think that you are, you don't have a high score in those. I'll put it like that. Okay, Barb, I see you. Kind, positive, and sincere. Okay. Katrina, I got you. Resilient, sincere, and understanding. I will definitely share the list again. There you are. We are dropping Shaquit. I see you only put 2. We are dropping the 3 that we do not think we operate in very highly. I'm trying to say that in a nice way. The 3 that we could use some work in. Yeah, that's it. That's the word. That's the phrase. The 3 that we can definitely build. Okay. Well, Shanquetta, the only brave one to drop the 3 that we're not excited about. Leaders are honest. They are always honest. Okay. Influential, understanding, and bold. Okay. Now, Chastity, I don't know why you put influential or bold, because you are both of those, definitely. Visionary, bold, and resilient. I see you, Ebony. Angela Jefferson, bold. Katrina, adaptive, bold, and influential. Keisha, slacking in confidence, understanding because I get frustrated. Yes, my sister gets frustrated quickly. Yeah, I'll put your business out there. Okay, Barbara. Adaptive, influential, and bold. Now, Barbara, stop. Y'all gonna turn this into a women's conference in a minute. Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies, for being bold and sharing. We don't often like to share our weaknesses because it makes us face them. But that is the first step to actually becoming better in those things that you don't think that you operate in full capacity. All right. So what we are going to do next, I am going to move into the first topic, and that is leader versus manager. And oftentimes people confuse the two. Just because you are a manager does not mean that you are an effective or good leader. Okay. And just because you are a good leader doesn't necessarily mean you're a good manager. You have a better chance of being a good manager, but it doesn't mean that those two are going to definitely happen. Okay. So I'm going to change screens. Y'all give me just a second. All right. So I want you to think for a few minutes what a leader is. What is a leader? And you can drop your answers in the chat, or you can drop this on your private notes. But what is a leader? Yeah, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you versed in it, Sean. What is a leader? I want to see some answers. What is a leader? What do you honestly think a leader is? And remember, if you're not using StreamYard, remember to put your first name for me so I can see your name with your comment. I'm going to wait about 30 more seconds for someone to drop in the chat what they think a leader is. Oh, y'all scared tonight? Okay, Sean said creating change, leading others to the spaces they can thrive beyond you. That goes on the screen. Absolutely. Creating change and leading others to the spaces they can thrive beyond you. That is awesome. Someone who can move people towards a specific goal. That was what Katrina said. Absolutely. A leader is a standard setter. Shifa said a person who can be a team player and support those that are following. Absolutely. A visionary who sees the potential in people, guide, motivate, teach, and inspire others to catch the vision and elevate. Come on, Chastity. A model for action. That's excellent, Angela. A good leader is an individual who has, Tamika, yeah, you made it to the screen. A good leader is an individual who has mastered following. You cannot lead anybody anywhere if you do not and have not learned how to follow. That is definitely one to keep in mind. Okay. Oh, one of my mentees has made it onto the live. Hello, Miss Taylor. Hello. Thank you for tuning in, sweetheart. All right, so we're gonna move forward. Okay. First, let me read this quote. The challenge of leadership is to be strong but not rude, be kind but not weak, be bold but not bully, be thoughtful but not lazy, be humble but not timid, be proud but not arrogant, have humor but without folly. That is the perfect summation to what leadership is. You have to be able to balance and you have to know the difference between all of these things. All right. So a leader is the person who leads or commands a group or organization. That's the general definition of a leader. But let's look at what leaders focus on. They focus on motivation, inspiration, encouragement, setting the bar, establishment, people, and challenging the status quo. Now, in this list, you did not see anything that says they focus on goal setting. We know it's a quality that they need to do. They need to be able to do that. It didn't say they focused on productivity. It did not say they focused on what is the bottom line. It focuses on, a leader focuses on motivation, inspiration, encouragement, setting the bar, establishment, people, and challenging the status quo. If you are focusing on these things, the goal setting will come and will happen. If you are focusing on these things, there will be massive productivity from you and from your team because they're motivated, because they're inspired, because they're encouraged, because the bar has been set, because establishment of expectations has been made, because you let them know that you see them as people first and not employees or not just members of your organization. They're not just a part of this group, but you see them as people. And then you challenge the status quo. They already know that what everybody else is doing is not expected, is not accepted. So once you focus on all of these things, you're on your way to being an excellent leader. All right, let's talk about what is a manager. Again, drop in the chat what you think a manager is. Let's see some of those thoughts. For those who are just tuning in, please share this on your social media pages. And there are some hashtags somewhere in this chat box. If you would add those hashtags, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see if I can find them and repaste them. But drop in the chat what you think a manager is really quickly for me. And we will not make it through this entire PowerPoint on tonight. So don't worry. We will definitely pick up where we left off, where we leave off tonight on next week. Definitely results oriented at bottom line focus. Absolutely. All right. Anyone else? What is a manager? Takes care of the logistics. Yes. The master juggler of duties and responsibilities. I like that. Yes, you made it to the screen. All right. Made it to the screen. The master juggler. Okay. Thank you, Keisha. All right. So let's look at what a manager is. A person responsible for controlling or administering all or part of a company or a similar organization or group of people, whatever you need to insert there, okay? Yes, Shaif, a person who is able to help fulfill the team vision. So let's look at what managers focus on. They focus on structure. They focus on control. They focus on imitation or duplication or replication. They focus on how and when. They focus on doing things right. And they focus on short term, and they focus on maintaining. Now, all of these things are definitely necessary for whatever it is that you're leading to be successful. You have to have structure. There has to be control. There has to be some imitation, or whatever the example that has been set. Your team needs to be able to duplicate that. They focus on the how and the when. How are we going to accomplish this goal, and when does it need to be done? Focusing on things, doing things right, because you measure 3 times, you only have to cut once. Okay, so they focus on doing things right. They focus on short term. How are these short term goals going to lead us to our long term goal? And they focus on maintaining. You have to be able to maintain. So these things are necessary and they are good, but they do not qualify you as a leader. Anyone can do these things if you are shown how to do them. Okay, so that is what a manager is. How do you become a manager and a leader? Let's talk about it. So again, I told y'all this is interactive, so I'm going to be asking you every few minutes to drop something in the chat, okay? How do you combine a manager and a leader? What do you think? How do you mesh the two? How do you make them one? Give me your thoughts in the chat. How do you make manager and leader into one person? Let me know. Oh, thank you, Angela, for posting those hashtags again. I told y'all I'll get you an Angela. How do you combine manager and leader? Yes, Shanquetta, entrepreneurship. As manager, leader, employee, custodian. And I believe it, Chastity. If combination was a person, I'm looking at you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But for those who have no desire to be entrepreneurs, how do you combine manager and leader? Because those who work for other organizations, I believe that you're a leader. Shopper said all of them. This is true. This is true. But let's look at it. Let's look at some technical stuff that we need to do. All right, you find the strengths and weaknesses of the manager. You find the strengths and weaknesses of the leader. So if you are a manager and a leader, you got to figure out what is what with you. This is why I asked you at the beginning of this live to drop your top 3 and drop your bottom 3. You have to know where you're operating on the spectrums of these qualities, so you'll know how to build and how to utilize one to build the other. Okay, then you assess, if you're a manager, you're going to assess the people that you are managing. You're going to assess the people that you are leading, and you're going to figure out, okay, how can I use my strengths and my weaknesses and leverage them with the employees, the department, the organization, my business. If you're an entrepreneur, how can I develop a team where I'm weak, who can be strong in that area? Okay. Determine what quality is needed for each task. What do you have to do? What is it that you do well, and what is it that someone else does well? How can we balance each other out? How can people, if you have a team, how can you balance this team out? Because leaders recognize that they cannot do it all. It's hard, but leaders do recognize that they cannot do it all. Okay, remember that you can have a general structure, but you have to be flexible. You can have a general structure, but you have to be flexible. And I'm going to stay on that for just a moment. COVID-19 has taught us that you have to learn how to be flexible. I don't care how structured your organization is. If it's a nonprofit, if it's a Fortune 500 company, if it's I just started my business yesterday, COVID and the pandemic has taught us, has pushed us, has forced us to learn how to be flexible in whatever it is that we do. If you are a stay-at-home mom, you had to learn how to be flexible when your children could not go to school. You had to learn how to be flexible when you had to become the in-house homeschool teacher and you were not ready for it, you know? So being flexible, have that general structure, but you definitely have to be flexible. And we'll talk a little bit more later on in the series about how COVID-19 has definitely affected leadership. All right, let's look at this balance. Okay. 7 things that great leaders do. And I'll read them out because this is a little tiny. Okay. Okay. So 7 things great leaders always do, but managers can sometimes fear. And this is how you'll know which one you're operating in. You will definitely, I'm sorry, I'm looking at your comments too. You will definitely fear some of these things if you're only operating with your managerial hat. All right, so 7 things that great leaders always do. Connects daily work with great goals. This goes back again to not settling for the status quo, but you're tying it in with what you guys are doing. If it's an organization, if it's a group, if it's your business, if it's a job that you are doing, whatever it is, you connect daily work with great goals. The manager only focuses on the short term. So if that's something that you struggle with, you might want to consider how can I connect my daily work with the bigger goal and not get so stressed out about the short-term goals. Great leaders think of people as people, not as numbers, not as statistics, not as employees, not as just students, not as just something that they can calculate, but they look at people as people. Great leaders want to earn respect. Managers just want to get the job done. Okay. So you got to learn to understand the difference. You need to want to get the job done, but that should be your only focus. All right. Leaders are thrilled when team members achieve great things. Managers feel threatened. So there might be something that you need to do, do a little mirror check, as we say in my sorority, and see if that's something that you're reflecting. Are you threatened when people on your team accomplish goals? Or are you celebrating? Are you proud of them? Are you happy and really looking for them to grow and thrive? Okay. A leader empowers people with honesty and transparency. A manager parcels out information as if it costs him personally. In this case, her personally. Okay? You only give as much information as you think the person needs. You don't give them everything that they should have so they can do what they need to do excellently. All right. But the leader empowers people with honesty and transparency. If somebody is weak on your team, you're going to tell them in a professional manner, but you're going to tell them because they need to know that so they can grow. You're going to be transparent. Leaders do not hide their flaws. Okay. They don't hide their flaws. They let their team know that they are people and that they make mistakes, but we can all recover from our mistakes. Leaders care mainly about results. Managers are more concerned with the process. And I'm going to leave that right there. We'll dig into that a little bit later. Okay. Leaders understand that they are responsible if the team falls short and managers blame the team. Okay. Leaders are going to accept responsibility. Managers are going to look for someone to give that responsibility to. Leaders are going to accept responsibility. Managers are going to look for someone to give that responsibility to. I'm going to let that marinate a minute. For a company, organization, or person in position to be effective, efficient, and productive, they must have a balance of leadership skills and management skills. So right now, I want you to rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 5. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. And where would you say you're on the leadership management spectrum? Do you have that balance? Or are you closer to let me rephrase that. It's still 1 to 5. If you are more of a leader, I want you to put 1 would be leader, 5 would be manager. Okay, I'm gonna change that scale to make it a little more positive. 1 would be leader, 5 would be manager. Chastity. Oh gosh. And Shanqua, okay, it depends on the day. Absolutely. That is a total honest and transparent moment. Okay, Ebony said more of a leader. Okay, Angela is right there in the middle. Okay. Kat said a 4. Ebony said, did I get Ebony? Ebony said no, Ebony, you went, you did a 1 and a 3? Was a 3 based on what I said the first time? Okay, Chastity said a 3.5. I was like, Chastity, you just manage her all the way. Okay, Shifa said a 5. Okay. Okay, that is the first step to figuring out how to balance these two out, knowing where you fall on the spectrum. Okay, leaders and managers have to work together. Okay, 3.72, Sean. All right. All right. To be effective, there must be a central focus. Let's look at this. So we've all seen the diagrams in school. So we know that the outside of the circles is what each of the topics have alone. And in the middle is how they mesh, is how they work together. So let's look at this center and see what we need to do to balance the two. Okay. Accomplish a goal, explain vision, organizational figureheads, motivate others, and mobilize resources. So if you are doing everything under the leading topic and everything under the managing topic, how do you bring them together? You make sure that you are accomplishing goals. You set goals and you're accomplishing. The vision is explained. Everybody knows what's going on. They know what we're doing. They know what direction we're headed in. You have motivated your team. You have motivated those people around you. And let me pause right here. When I'm talking about a team, I'm not just talking about a corporation. I'm not talking about where you work. I'm talking about at home. I'm talking about in your personal and private friendships and organizations, whatever it is that you are a part of. If you are a leader, you're a leader wherever you go. Leadership is not a position, it's a posture. That is what we need to understand. Leadership is not about a position, it is a posture. It is who we are at all times, even when we don't want to be it. Okay? All right. So, leading again, vision and strategy, creating value, influence and inspiration, has followers, leading people, people focused, risk and change seekers. You cannot be afraid and be a leader. Appeal to the heart, you're proactive, you set direction, you're raising expectations, and you ask questions. Okay? You ask questions. Managers are focused on policies and procedures, value, power and control, having subordinates, managing work focus. They're usually authoritarian because they want what they want done when they said do it. If that's you, you are on the manager side right now. Okay. They like stability. They don't like to take risks. They want everything to be the same. They don't like to step out there. They're reactive. They plan details. They maintain the status quo because they don't want to rock the boat. They maintain the status quo because they don't want to rock the boat, because they don't know how the boat is going to shift. Okay. They give directions. They don't ask questions. This is what it is. This is what it's going to be. Okay. So if you need to take a screenshot of that, go ahead and do so. I'll give you 30 seconds to do so, because that's something that we all need to revisit every now and then. All right, let's move forward. And you will be able to go back and look at the live, guys. All right, the combination of effective management and leadership always leaves an impression, always brings about good results, always accomplishes the goals that are set, even if they don't accomplish them in the time frame. All right. Always work for the betterment of the people and the company. The people and the company. If the company is your household, the people and the company. If the company is your organization, the people and the company. For like me, if it's my classroom, people and the company. Always go for the win and learn from the loss. Managers often get stuck if there is a loss. Leaders are going to look at the lesson and learn how to pivot. Let's look at a couple of effective managers, leaders. All right. Jeff Bezos, it just speaks for himself. He started in his garage. He became hands-on with Amazon in every facet of the word, hands-on. And we see him now that he is hands-on in the earth, literally, and space. So he definitely is one of our examples of effective managers and leaders. Ken Chenault, he is the former CEO of American Express. He took a major brand and blew up. And he's still doing other things. I did not look and see what he's currently doing, but this is what he was known for: the leadership and the development that he utilized and brought to American Express. Oprah Winfrey. Listen, I got to meet Oprah one day. I really do. Just if I don't do anything but say hi, because this woman is absolutely phenomenal in everything that she does. It's nothing that we see that she touches that does not blow up. And it's because, one, she cares about people. Two, she cares about results. And three, she cares about change. And she's going to do whatever's in her power to make those things paramount. Rosalind Brewer. She is a phenomenal leader and the current CEO of Walgreens, and she is out here affecting change, breaking glass ceilings, being Shiro, and all of that. So I wanted to highlight a few, even though these are famous. Who do you know locally that you can say is an effective manager and leader? Think about it for a minute. Can you name one person that you think is an effective manager and or leader? Okay. If you think about it, just drop their name in the chat. All right. Okay. Make sure you tell her that, Sean. Sometimes people get caught up in what they do and how their productivity is going. They don't realize what they're doing or how they're doing it, and they need to hear that good job. Absolutely, Emma Agnew, yes. So make sure you tell them, even if you just told them a little while ago. We need constant reminders of, yeah, you're doing a good job. And that's not what drives us, but it is what helps cushion us, because we get leaders and managers are always in the forefront, and they get those tough blows and they get those punches in the stomach, and they need that cushion sometimes. So make sure you tell leaders and managers that you appreciate them. This is going to conclude this portion of leader versus manager. I'm going to do an activity next week with that. when we start off. So, are there any questions that you guys have on tonight in regards to this particular subject? Leaders and managers, or leaders versus managers. Are there any questions? I see y'all dropping your husbands in there. Make sure you tell them or show them. I'm sorry, it was Rebecca, not Coach Rebecca. All right. Any questions? I'm going to go back to my screen. Thank you guys for being such an engaging audience. Oh, look, on the spectrum, listen, we're being honest and transparent. I am definitely closer to the manager. I'm working on this leadership because there's a few things that I struggle with, and I definitely have to build that being an entrepreneur. But thank you guys so much for your compliments. If there are no questions, then I am going to get ready and close us out. Oh, I forgot something. Hold on. Please make sure, let me share my screen again. Make sure that you guys are following RG Coaching Consulting, of course, here on Facebook and on Instagram, RG Coaching Consulting. Make sure you share this live with your you share this live with your followers and use the hashtags that are located in the chat. If you have a business, go ahead and drop your information in the chat as well. Because as my sister Sean says all the time, it's about leveraging, it's about networking, and it is about encouraging and pushing one another. A couple of things that I want to share with you guys before we close out. And I did good, so I am proud of myself. I wanted to do 45 minutes, and that is what I am almost on task for doing. Yes, patting myself on the back. All right. Absolutely, Catherine. And congratulations again on your promotion and influence that you're going to bring to the city of College Station, Texas. All right. So next week, you're going to have a couple of things that you're going to do at the beginning. Absolutely, Sean. All right, so there are a couple of things that you're going to do at the beginning, so be ready if you tune in next week. If not, make sure you share this with someone that you think would benefit from this training. One of the things that I got in the registration questions and thoughts and ideas or concerns was confidence in leadership. And I am definitely going to talk about that in this 4-part series, but I am also going to host a masterclass on December 11th, Confident Not Conceited. And I am going to host that, like I said, on December 11th of this year. So be on the lookout. Registration is going to open next Wednesday, November 10th. I do have someone on here who has attended Confident Not Conceited, Miss Barbara Owens, and she did it with flying colors. And I'm telling you, she broke out after that. She was already a beast, but she broke all the way out after she completed that at the time it was a course. And so there are definitely results to be had from attending that masterclass. Like I said, information will be available on next Wednesday. Also, I host a leadership development workshop for teens. And normally in the past, it has been a charge to attend, but I have been trying to be obedient and following, God's plan and his purpose. And so this next cohort of pretty distinguished leadership will be free. It will be a competitive entry, but it will be free for those who attend. I am asking sponsors to help offset the cost if you would purchase an ebook for them, because they will receive the leadership ebook and other materials, but that is the only cost associated with it. And they're not going to pay for anything. So they're going to get it regardless. But if you would like to sponsor a youth, definitely go ahead and go to the website and you can click on the ebook and purchase one, and just let me know that it is for the leadership development for teens. The teens will be ages 14 to 18. So 9th grade to 12th grade. 9th grade to 12th grade. Chastity, I will, if you're going to send a donation, I will give you the information on how to do that separately. Okay. All right, ladies. If there are no other questions or comments, it's 8:45, y'all. I did it. And thank you guys for making it so easy to do. Please, please, please share with someone that you think will benefit from this training and someone that you think will grow from this training. We will be back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. With Leadership 101. Until then, guys, have a great and fabulous rest of your evening, and I will see you soon.